Yo, what is up, guys? It is time for the these are my post game thoughts, post reaction thoughts. Yeah, bro. So, shoot, let's get into it. First of all, I just want to say with I'll start off with Caitlyn. Caitlyn, obviously, I think that the defensive plan they had for her, I kind of shouted it out in the recap or whatever in the reaction, but they really disrupted her. Just picked her up full court, disrupted her, switched her off on a lot of the bigs. I don't know if I was preparing for that at all. I know they were preparing kind of for Kristen because the whole kind of expectation was Kristen was going to pick up the best player on the other team like she has done all season long. Kristen really stepped up. Kristen really stepped up. Had a great game, a great performance right there from Kristen. I've been pretty tough on her at some points during the season when she was going through her slumps and stuff like that. So definitely want to give her props when she does step up and does perform well. But yeah, I'm looking at the box score now. McKenna Warnock, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Monica Shienzu, I'm sorry. Monica, I'll just say Monica. Monica, 14 points, 3 rebounds. A bit of underwhelming performing right there. Caitlyn had 21, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. That's a little underperforming from her, but it's kind of like, with the conditions, it's kind of like, I get it. 21, 5, and 3. Monica, she underperformed. I need more than 3 rebounds from Monica. If you're going to give me 14 points, I need at least 10 rebounds. I need at least 11 rebounds for us to have a chance to win this game. So yeah, that's what I'm looking there. But granted, UConn's bigs are huge with Aaliyah and Olivia. So those are two kind of giants down there that you're facing with that size. So, but yeah, like I was saying with Caitlyn, I don't know if they game plan for Olivia to switch off with Aaliyah when Aaliyah was guarding her and, she set call for the screen to get a switch. And it's another big, the Twin Towers. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty crazy. It threw me off. And then, when you see Avina or Christian bump her in the backcourt, that throws off your whole rhythm for the rest of the play. But for what it was, the way they guarded her, for her to still get 21, I mean, she still did what she had to do. So, yeah, I'm looking at McKenna did what she had to do, too. So, shout out to McKenna. But Monica, you're the third person on that big three. You kind of have to have a better game than that. So, yeah, that's on the Iowa side of things. On the Connecticut side of things, Olivia had 11 rebounds, 7 assists for 4 points. Great performance right there. Great defensive performance. Really disrupting Caitlyn and that Iowa offense and stuff like that. Leah Edwards played great as well. 18 points. She only had 3 rebounds, but she brought me 18 points. So you could deal with that from a big if they give you 18 points, not 14. Kristen, like I said before, played amazing. The stats line up with what the highlight says. Shout out to Swish for coming up with the accurate highlights. 27 points in 40 minutes, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And you move down to Paige. Paige, oh my gosh, almost had a triple-double. Messed around and almost got a triple-double. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists for Paige in 37 minutes. Like they said, she was struggling with her shot as well, but really got it going, hit a couple big threes right there in the fourth quarter to really separate them. It's a 10-point game. That's another thing I'll get to. Avina Westbrook, like I said, played well as the people told me she did. She almost had a triple-double too. 17 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. The vets really stepped up in this game for UConn. And then on the Iowa side of things, McKenna Warnock, like I said. Yeah, McKenna Warnock. So, that's what I see. It's a big thing. Oh, 2 big shots right there from Anna as well in this game from Paige. Nice dish outs to her. But yeah, I thought this was a 10-point game. This was a 20-point game. But the game was pretty close. I think the game was probably closer than what the score says. And, when you kind of see the first 2 games for UConn, 40-point games, 40-point games, it wasn't going to last forever, and UConn has a very, very tough road now to the end here with Baylor. You got Baylor next, assuming they edge out Michigan as I'm recording. And then you have teams like Maryland, South Carolina potentially. Let me see. NC State is still lurking. Texas A&M, the Cinderella, winning everything right now. So, Oh, and then Louisville, Stanford, like all of those teams that I just mentioned, they're all extremely tough opponents. They're going to be a tough matchup for UConn. So be very interesting to see how these next 3 games go for UConn. But that next one against Baylor, bro, it's going to be a tough one. But that was a pretty convincing win, 20-point game. You know, like I said, it was closer than what the score indicated, but still the score indicated a 20-point win. So pretty impressive right there. All right, another day, another guest. Earlier this week, we had Keen from Beyond the W and everything like that. A former A-League member, a A-League member. It's not former, but A-League member.
Yeah.
And then later we had from SNY, we had Chris Williamson to talk about UConn. Today, we got Bleacher Report in the building. All right. This is another A-League member. You already know what the heck going on. We got my boy Eric. Wait, hold on. What name you got now? You got 5 names every year. I don't know what.
Sometimes I do the middle name.
What's your name right now? What's your name this week?
Sometimes I do the middle name, bro. You know what it is with me. Kwaku. We'll do Kwaku today. You know what I mean?
Kwaku.
You know what I mean?
Kwaku Snipes in the building, man. Kwaku Snipes. We running with Kwaku. I went with the whole thing. You want to change your name 5 times? We're going to give you the other name that you want.
We do it like that.
So we're going to do it like that. But, dang, bro, how'd you feel about the game today?
My guy. No, I was as hyped as anybody at the beginning of the day to start the day off. So we knew this was hyped up. This was a big matchup. It lived up to it. I think I told you earlier, though, but fortunately, I was able to at least get the entire first half before. Had to take care of business in the second half, but I kept up with it a little bit on the phone. But first half, it lived up to it, especially like that first quarter was like back and forth. All the nerves was in it. Like the girl, like Paige came out, missed. She bricked that first shot. It didn't even hit the rim. I was like, all right, she's still a freshman at the end of the day. She's still like mortal. So I was like, that was cool. But then, bruh, Christian, like I like that. No, she is nice. First of all, I have a soft spot for lefties, but like she took over that game from like start to finish. Like it was completely in control of her game. Everything she did, and she made sure she went at Caitlin too. Like. No joke, like she took it as a challenge. Like she went at her offensively to try her out. I think you told me that Caitlin doesn't play much defense, and clearly that was on the scouting reports to attack her. So anytime she got the ball and got an ISO or whatever it was, she went right at her. Defensively, she had the challenge too. She took that in the first half to like guard her. So she popped out to me a lot. Westbrook, obviously, another big one, but like, bro, I'm a huge fan of Christian.
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, huge fan.
Yeah, big facts. And Kristen was another number one player in the country, whatever. People forget that, because Paige overshadows her so much. And she's had so many ups and downs, in our post game conferences. Today, she was asked about Gino last year, said she's uncoachable. And
wow.
They asked her about that moment. They were like, was that a turning point in your career? She's like, yeah, I mean, no player wants to be called uncoachable.
Hell no!
Gino called her uncoachable, so she had to switch that whole thing up. And as you saw tonight, she even had struggles this year. Like she had a 2-week span where she only scored like 2 points each game, and it was crazy. Yeah. She went through a slump in the middle of the season. So
when I caught her versus South Carolina earlier in the season when they played them, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she played as well as I saw. Today was clearly a day of days. But that South Carolina matchup a month or so ago, I don't think she lived up to it. She didn't play as well either. So
right, exactly. And coming into it, everybody knew. They were talking about it throughout the week that she was going to be the one matched up against Caitlin because she's like their best guard defender. So they did that. But the thing that really threw me off, I don't know if you saw these highlights, but I saw these in the highlights I just watched. UConn really switched it up where they had Aaliyah Edwards, the bigs, Edwards and Olivia Nelson-Odota, they had them guarding Caitlin up top. And then, she calls for the screen to try to switch. And, it's another big. So she was like, I'm like, bro, they got bigs guarding her 5 feet beyond the line. Like, that probably threw her rhythm all the way off. And,
she couldn't get anything free.
Exactly. No. She tried to drive past him one time and, got to the foul line, but they had her on clamps. They did.
She tried to come off a pick one time, same thing. Like she was trying to use the screens. I'm sure Iowa was trying to say, how can we free her up, get the ball out of her hands, keep her moving? But everywhere she went, she was running into another big. You know what I mean? I'm sure. So it's just like, we're not letting you get off today.
Exactly. And Iowa, they have a thing, where they have the league's leader. I mean, the league's leader, the nation's leader,
Mhm.
field goal percentage person, the big right there, Monica Shienzu, down there on the block. But once again, the bigs on UConn, Livia Nelson Adota kind of led that charge on the defensive side. So they really had them it was just a great defensive game for
No, it was. And
UConn.
you
That
got UConn
really
bigs that
surprised
are
me.
they're also mobile and agile. So these are not just regular bigs. I think Iowa's athleticism didn't match theirs. It was clear from that. They was getting out and running. UConn bigs were. So yeah.
Like coming out there and just guarding Caitlin is kind of like the first thing I think of when you're talking about their mobile and
It's
that
crazy.
was that was crazy. That was crazy to me because I kind of expected like to be Kristen, maybe a couple switches with Paige, and she took Paige one time, but Paige
She did.
got her on the charge too, apparently in the post game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I was expecting. And then on the defensive side, Caitlin, what I'm saying, I talk about her defense. She got one poke. She got one poke on Christian. Got the ball up, tried to take it all the way and go coast to coast with the three, brick the three. But she put it up there. She put it up there. So
Yeah, she's gonna. I mean, I didn't expect, but when you have the responsibility of what she has to carry you only expect so much from that she's gonna be able to like really like be on the defensive end. Maybe like she can get some pokes, some steals, or whatever. Just like aggravate, like we say with Steph. Just like make sure you're not being a liability, right? You're the scorer, you're the shooter, but like for her, I didn't expect her to be able to do both ends like that. But the fact that the frustration on the offensive end, she can tell on her face, bro. When they left, especially at the end of that first half, when they walked into she looked like she's like, all right, everything was going through her head. You could see like, all right, trying to figure out what the hell do I need to do to get around this wall that they're building around me. Like and I don't think she was able to figure it out. Like once she saw that, I think the rest of the team probably was just like, yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for us.
she couldn't pass the ball either. Like I was telling you in the group chat, like she could really pass. Like
Mm,
she can pass just as well as Paige, like in a
you
lot
said
of
that.
cases. So, she didn't get to really showcase that. But what I want to ask you, I guess,
Mhm.
coming, obviously, you're a long time hoop head, but in the past couple of years, you really kind of gotten a little more into the women's game. What did this matchup mean to you? Because everybody I've asked so far, they said they've never seen two freshmen like this in a women's game, kind of hyped up to this level.
On ABC too. I'm so happy about that too. They didn't put it on ESPN too. They didn't put it on ESPNU. They put this on Bad Boy on ABC. No, I think that's what you just hit on it though. But the thing with me personally was like I told you for the longest, you and Keem, like how well you guys cover and follow it, and how I envy that because I want to be that much of a like better supporter of the game because it's a great game to watch, right? In general. So like these are the matchups that bring people in. These are the matchups that when you're not comparing, obviously different, but you see Ali, Frazier, and all kind. There are matchups that will galvanize and get people more interested. And you got to hype those up correctly. And as a broadcast company, as those TV networks do, it's a responsibility for them to do that as well. With this one, I think they did a good job. Other outlets obviously joined in and covered it, CBS, Yahoo, Bleacher Report, all those kind of things. But these are matchups that, like myself, I get hyped up for because I know these two are legit too. Like you're not gonna fool me on these two. So I know coming into this that they deserve all this pregame hype. I know what Paige has done. I know Caitlin's a hooper. So it's like now I'm ready to now you're gonna get us to settle in. So I think this was a huge moment, regardless of the outcome. UConn was just the better team, clearly, but it was about the marketing and leading up to this and building this up. Because now we get to see obviously Paige's here for 3 more seasons, even though she shouldn't be. But we gotta make sure that we hype stuff up like this at the beginning and keep building her up and the rest of the top stars in the league. So
For sure. And I know we usually don't even really talk about work like that with you that much, but I
yeah.
just want to say, you as a part of one of the major kind of like culture shifters, as they would have said in 2017. Uh, like y'all really did a good job of hyping this up, whatever Bleacher Report, regardless of the comments, because the comments are always going to be, oh, you mean the kitchen Olympics and whatever new way they're
Yeah,
trying to
whatever
say
new lingo.
kitchen,
Yeah.
or say I don't care. Like that's a big thing where they have the notification on and they'll respond. I don't. And it's like why? Like what did you add
What was
to
that
this?
necessary? Yeah.
Exactly.
Was it
So
necessary?
what kind of went into the plan of the social plan? Just a little behind the scenes going into this game.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Meredith, Jackie, obviously Ari. Ari Chambers, everybody knows the God. The list goes on. Cindy Robinson, so many of the people, the women at BR too, that are constantly like pressing the how important women's sport. I think Ari's main quote is this, like women's sports is important. This is why it's so important, right? She says it all the time.
The WNBA is important.
The WNBA is important. You see it, you peep it. That's her slogan, man. I be getting on her about that. Like, I love that's your thing. That's yours. You better coin it. Like, but like those are the people who constantly are making sure throughout the week that this is as a high priority as NBA free agency has been all this week. Everybody's been talking about it. LaMarcus Aldridge just went to the Nets, all these kind of things, but like that didn't deter us away from making sure that we
just went to the Nets.
Yeah, he went to the Nets. He's on the Nets.
Oh, man, that's like yeah. If you guys don't know, I was out at a game and I wasn't checking my phone really because I didn't want any spoilers before I watched that. Okay, so I was out of pocket all day. I did not know that. Okay, that's
wow. Yeah.
Wow. They have like they have a lot of bigs. Okay, all right. I guess let's go back to this.
I know we can go another time. Yeah. No,
wait. Has Drummond signed?
No, not yet. He's gonna wait. He's probably gonna be like next week, sometime next week.
Well,
he's gonna
he's out for Brooklyn now. He's out for Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's not gonna go there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Continue.
All right, here we go. But so like throughout the week, that's what I think is important. Like that, we as even the team, like BR Hoops, mainly, I'll speak for BR Hoops. Is like that's what we talk about. Is we're covering NCAA tournament, men's tournament. It doesn't stop us any. It doesn't give us no excuse not to give the same effort towards the women's game. We might not have, for us personally, we might not have video rights for women's basketball, which a lot of people might ask for us, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We still use graphics. We still use other ways to like hype it up, find other stories to keep doing. We're going to keep doing it throughout the whole tournament, whatever. So I think for us, every beginning of the week, we talk about narratives, storylines to start the week or 2 weeks ago and make sure that we have content ready when the time hits. So that we're prepared for. So this doesn't happen like a day before. This is like 2 weeks. We get ready to start making material. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And what I want to say to that, you said something about the setup and everything. Forget it. I literally forgot. But while I have you here, I was looking for the thing. So here I have it now. I'm about to share my screen. I'm about to pull up Draymond. The Draymond Green. Hold on, man. Let's scroll back.
Lord have mercy.
He doesn't know how to make threads, so you gotta actually like scroll all the way back. We were talking about it, whether or not we wanted to talk about it. Me personally, I'm tired of having the same kind of conversations. Like
I feel you.
Like I can address it once, and then move on, and then address another issue because there's so many issues within issues. All right, so here we go. It starts off with this 5 hours ago. Watching Paige and Caitlin lock in. So, so positive. He gets a lot of likes. That's the most likes he's gotten the rest of the day. And then
it's so real.
He doesn't tweet anything about the game. Nothing about the game. UConn. They got Caitlin on camps. Nothing about Christian, the leading scorer. Oh, Christian Williams. Hey, she nice too. I seen that. I literally probably seen that tweet from everybody on these ones. hey, Christian said, "Don't forget about me, y'all." Hey,
yeah.
The rest of UConn showing up like this, and I saw a picture of the Power Rangers. But yeah, he just had solid day at the office for Paige with the numbers. Okay, this is where I have a problem. We're gonna start off here.
Oh my God, I didn't even see this one.
He is essentially saying, like, because at the end of it, it was kind of like, congratulations, I have now solved sexism. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This part right here is like, yo, I was watching the game and I had an epiphany. I have solved sexism. Candace Parker, hear me out here. He tagged Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Brittany Griner, Sue Bird, Mecca-Wu McKay, and Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Candace is probably tired. Candace has to deal with Shaq every day.
Oh, bro. Yeah. She's used to this. She's used to this,
but still. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to skim through it. I've been seeing a lot of talk about the pay gap between men and women, especially in sports. It's not even close. But let's stop allowing y'all's complaints to fall on deaf ears due to the numbers. As long as y'all make the same argument about pay while the revenue stays the same, it will continue to point to the revenue not being high enough to cover bigger salaries. While that is true and dang near every business, how do we take that card out of their pockets? That's the key to changing the play. There's no argument for lack of revenue unless you make it like, and then he pretty much goes on this thing about be the NBA because the NBA is global and this is how we did it, with these businesses. We linked up with them and stuff like that. And he was like, people aren't telling people stories in the WNBA, but
That part.
but he made one good point. I'm not gonna lie. He made one good point here at the end. Nobody follows because you have no personal connection. LBJ comes from Akron, a single mom, etc. Where is DT from? What's her story? You don't know because it's not told. That's what builds viewership, personal attachments. That's why Nike wins. So I'm thinking, dang, where is Diana Taurasi from?
I don't know either, though. I mean,
hey, but look, I'll tell you something else. I don't know anything about Draymond Green before he got to Michigan State, except for he had braces because he told me on the Invisalign commercial. That's all I know about Draymond Green before he got to Michigan State.
All I know is he was a second-round pick.
He can name every player who was picked up in front of him, including.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did. That's true.
But yeah, that's the Draymond Green tweets, man. What are your reaction to it? Because you had a good thing before we started recording.
So I mean, Draymond is at this point in his career is just more about talking than playing basketball anymore, right? It's kind of just like how it is now. I understand that he is.
Hold on, bro. I gotta stop you. You gotta throw a little more respect on the greatest defender in the NBA. You gotta throw more respect on the greatest.
Did you see the Hawks tweet? They said that.
No, I missed it. What they say?
The Hawks tweeted that Trey has scored on Draymond. They said this is Trey getting a bucket on the greatest defender ever, and it was like, that's KL. That's all KL.
Yeah,
I know that was.
It's on the Fox Sports.
On the.
Okay. I thought it was on the official Hawks. I was like,
no.
Okay.
No, this is KL doing this thing.
KL be trolling every game.
You know it all the time. But listen. I think that for Draymond to say all that he said and then to simply try to say that simply modeling the NBA model is all you need to do is probably one of the most idiotic things I've ever heard him say. As if the WNBA has not tried to do so and to also differentiate and make sure that they're not just, it's not literally mirroring and copycatting because it's not going to work the same. The game is different. It's marketed different. So I think Dre knows that never mind. Maybe he doesn't, but he should know that it wouldn't work the same apples to apples like that. Like it's not as, it doesn't translate as well. What I will say also on the storytelling, like that being one of it, there are constantly WNBA writers who and WNBA players who are, I'll say this, let me just say this, WNBA players, I would even say way more than NBA players are so much more, and you can correct me on this, but appear to be so much more open to telling their story and opening up themselves than NBA players. Yeah. So for him to say that is a complete lie because it's not about story not knowing, this background. They're willing to talk about it, and they do talk about it, and they are constantly. Like there are podcasts that WNBA players that have right now. They talk about themselves. They talk about the league.
One of the biggest stars in the league. I mean, like obviously Fee and T. Shout out to Fee. All respect to her, but Asia Wilson's like
Asia.
Well, let me think of the NBA equivalent. I don't know the NBA equivalent, but up there, like Kevin Durant. Say if Kevin Durant had a podcast with.
He has one with Kyrie.
Yeah, with Kyrie, exactly. That's a great example. Yeah. Like I remember when they first did the first Instagram Live, that was everywhere for like the next day. That happened. There's a thing in the WNBA on a consistent basis. It's a really good podcast. So, I mean, like you said, they're open. They're open to it. Renee Montgomery is doing it so dang much. She decided to retire and just do it full time. So
She's doing that. Yeah, exactly. They've carved out that niche. So, I mean, I think. With that being said, like that, I'll leave that to what it is. But he also spoke in a way that's like, I think you hit on earlier, it's like as if there is no sexism that is there that exists. Like he literally acted like all of these things are possible to achieve. Like businesses are like dying to like line up and throw dollars and align themselves with WNBA, and that's just not the case. They're not doing it as fast as they do with NBA players. WNBA players, I think I've been vocal about that constantly all the time. Like sponsorship is a a constant conversation. I don't think NBA worries about sponsorship. I don't think they ever lose sleep over it, but I think WNBA and their players are cognizant of exactly how important it is that they have that cash flow behind them, that they have that partnering, that backing. So no, it's obviously a younger league as well. I don't. Is it 20? They reached their 20th season at the WNBA, right? Or 25th anniversary.
Yeah. This is the 25th, I believe. Yeah.
To the 25th. Okay.
Yeah, because they're doing a lot of they've been talking about that a lot. You put me on the spot, but then I was like, no, because they've been talking about it a lot of what they're going to do for the 25th season.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It should be. Yeah. So with that being the case too, it's still a very young league. So Draymond, I think, to try to galvanize and add all those people and figure out, like, this is what you need to do and all this kind of things.
Hey, adding them before going on that is crazy.
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, you really just added them, like, yo, like, you couldn't just. There's such a better way to, like, have done that.
Yeah, you don't have any of the numbers, like.
Yeah, bro was just sitting there, just like, you could have just gone about it totally different. But he was like, yo, I just had an idea. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just name all the WNBA players that I know. And it's like, yeah.
Candace, Skylar Diggins.
Yeah. He did that. So it's like his whole process and way he went about this. And I didn't even peep until later. I was just like, yeah, it was mishandled. He won't care, but it's going to, hopefully, at the end of the day, it continues to be a topic of discussion. Like yourself, you're tired of hearing about it and it being a topic. You want to see some action. So I don't blame you that. Draymond, for at least, he represents probably a lot of other NBA players that are also a little bit ignorant and naive to how they kind of attack this subject here. So it's good that he did that and exposed that, at least, aspect of it, because I think people just think, oh, NBA, WNBA, all the NBA players are wearing WNBA hoodies. So they're clearly all understand that. I'm just saying they clearly understand, but it's like, no, that's a level of support that we need is necessary. And shout out to them. But then there's Draymond's, there's so much more levels and, like, context that we need help with. So, yeah.
All right. And I guess last couple before you get out here, Courtney Williams from the Atlanta Dream, she actually agreed with the idea of lowering the rim. She was like, I'm trying to 60. I'm trying to windmill. And, like, it's like on the outside looking in, it's kind of like, Candace Parker says, no, don't say that. And then all the women are like, yes, Candace Parker, that's sexist. And then someone in the WNBA is like, nah, I think it would be great for the game. And then I'm just like, oh, like, I'm going to stay out of
what do we do? What do I do?
Yeah, I'm going to stay out of women's business. I'm going to let y'all have that. But I guess if you want to touch that at all, like, what do you think about, a WNBA player agreeing?
I thought it was a joke that it was really being talked about, Sean. I really thought when I saw it, I was like, that Candace said when they talked about her and Wade, I think it was her, Wade, and Shaq and Lefko. And then I was just like, I didn't know where it came from, but it started with Shaq, right? Shaq brought it up. Okay.
Yeah.
So that clearly, it's coming from Shaq. No disrespect, but
I'm trying to think, like, where in the segment, like, were they talking about
where did this come from?
Or did he just go, oh, Candace, before break, like, how did that even come about?
Hey, I got something to say. I want to ask you something.
Oh, by the way, before we move on, Candace, can you tell them to lower the rim?
Yeah, it's like a child, bro. Like, it sounds like a kid asking you, like, I got a question I want to ask you, but I'm kind of, like, shy about it because it might sound stupid. Like, that's the way I kind of look at it. I'm sorry. It's just a stupid question. I don't think they should.
You don't think they can lower the rims?
Yeah, exactly. You hear what else? Oh, you think we could? Maybe that would help. Like, that's like a 10-year-old, my little cousin asking me, like, yo, you think? Like, no, bro. I'm not lowering the rim for you. You're going to keep hooping on this same height that everybody else is hooping on. So I'm with not lowering the rims.
But the ball is smaller.
The ball's small already. Yeah. The ball's small already. That's true.
Like,
I know
the ball is smaller and the 3-point line is closer. But
guess what?
The rim
hands
go under that.
But hands, listen, shooting, the evolution with shooting is a thing. I don't know if changing the ball needs to be aligned with the evolution of shooters getting better and the ball. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to understand it. Like, keep the ball the same. I know what you're bringing up. It's a good point, but it's like keeping the ball the same is fine. But the rim, like, athletes, I mean, they're at the end of the day, they're still evolving. There are more women that are dunking now. There's a high schooler that stood out on a dunk. We just peeped at like 2 weeks ago. I forgot what she did. She threw it on a dunk. I don't know if it was in the game, whatever. But she threw it on a dunk. Like it's gonna keep happening. We gotta wait. Gotta be like patient. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Well, I think the shooters, like you kind of alluded to a little bit, like that throws you off. Like just imagine you've been shooting on 10 feet your entire life, and then the 9 feet. Like I would probably brick everything for the first month of the season. Like it's just
they might score more points if they lower it, but that if you want that part of the game, but
you think you would shoot better on a 9-foot goal if you shot on 10 foot your entire life?
I think you would adjust.
Okay.
I think you just said I think shooters should shoot. Like so, at the end of the day, a shooter's gonna be able to shoot, but at the end of the day, you can still change other rules to make them score more. If that's what people want to see WNBA players score more, then there's other ways to do that. NBA clearly has done that. So yeah.
The WNBA needs expansion. They need expansion. More teams.
Yeah, more teams. That's true.
Because there's a lot of good college players who don't get a chance to get in the league. Like someone like a Kaiser Gončić from West Virginia. You know Kaiser?
No, I'm not familiar with Kaiser.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Show me. Dude, I'm always willing to learn.
All right, hold on. Okay, all right. Give me a second here.
No, that's a good point, though. I think about that, too. It's just like not being able to – how many people have a legit – because it's funny because I ask, like, Jackie. I ask people at my job, I'm like, wait, is she going to go get drafted? And they're like, she's not. She's actually lower on the draft board. But I'm like, but she looks like she can play. Why are they not drafting her? Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with –
Yeah, she's –
And she could wait. Let me ask the real question: can she actually hoop?
She can hoop, right? Look,
the Gonzalez twins.
She can hoop, bro. No, look.
The Gonzalez twins.
She like can hoop, bro. She can hoop. Hold on.
Yeah, young boys, man.
Hey, look. She's scheduled to go into like the third round, but yeah, bro. Like if you go in the second, third round in the WNBA, like. It's like a 50% of you making, the league. 50% chance of you actually making the league. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
So,
where did Tia get drafted? Taya, I'm
sorry. Second round, but she got cut from her first team.
Yeah, get cut, and then exactly.
Yep, she got cut.
She signed as a free agent, right? With
with the Sparks. I was about to say the Lakers too. Hold on, let me see this, because she just made a move the other day. I'm trying to see it.
But she signed too. I think she got to sign. Like
She signed an extension. But yeah, Kaiser, she signed. Kaiser, she hit a sick move at the end of the game, but it was her only bucket, which I was like very. That's a bad look for her because she's been averaging like 20. But yeah,
damn.
Here it goes.
Ooh,
she cold, bro.
Ooh, run it back, Turbo.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it run. Oh,
run it back, Turbo.
Ooh, crossover. Ooh, step back. Hey, give me that split. Shout out low.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she nice. Her pops played in the league. He's on.
Oh, okay. Really? What's the last name again?
Gončić. He's European. He's like German.
Oh, okay.
He's the one. He founded Manu Ginobili.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But he died. He died during the season.
This year.
Yeah. Talk about a story.
Yeah.
Draymond won stories. This is
she's playing through a lot right now.
Oh, let me see. Intellectually, upstanding student who can play the game of basketball, and she has an NBA father. It's a great story. Yeah. And he died her senior year, and she still finished, accomplished all her goals she wanted to. But hey, E, my battery's running out. I only said 15 minutes for you, so I'm gonna let you get to it, bro. I appreciate it so much hopping on.
Shout
out your socials before you leave, man. Shout out your socials.
I still do that? Damn. Eric Yeboah _ on Twitter and Kwaku Snipes on Instagram.
Kwaku?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me share the screen.
Or as the Americans say, Kwaku or whatever.
Kwaku, Leiku, we do.
Yeah, you see the new here. My G.
Appreciate you, my man. Be
my
easy.
G. All right, bro.
All right. Once again, if you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. Swish, you're appreciated. I forgot my hoodie in the last one, so here you go, Swish. It's out to you. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet. Wear your mask. If you feel like taking the vaccine, take the vaccine so we can get the heck up out of this pandemic. Take care of yourself.